Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Tosh TV. Welcome, welcome. Joseph Biden will be our next president of the United States of America. I'm not too psyched about it. I'll tell you that. If you guys know me, you know I was supporting Donald Trump to the end. But Joe Biden has pulled this motherfucker out. Yes, he has. I am going to give a clap to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Kamala making history. I got to give you respect for it. I might not agree with your political views, but if history is made, history is made. Donald Trump, he's probably having a hissy fit right now. Now, you have to understand this. This is just media projections. Usually the media projections turn out to be the actual electoral projections. But to say Donald Trump has no chance, you would be wrong. To say it's over, you would be wrong. I'm not caping for Trump. If the Electoral College tells Trump that it's over, it's over. He needs to concede. But I don't hold it against him as of right now because he does not want to concede. Per his lawyer, Rudy Giuliani. Giuliani today, just about 10 minutes ago, said, obviously, he's not going to concede when at least 600,000 ballots are in question. And he's talking about in Philadelphia. Or in Pennsylvania. Let me rephrase that. President Trump needs to come to an understanding that this might be over. Now, fight all you want. And I want you to fight. I want you to show me as a Trump supporter that you gave a fuck because I do not like these candidates. I do not like Kamala Harris and I do not like Joe Biden. Not them as a person, but their policies, what they stand for. I do not like it. As a new homeowner who's had his house for a couple years now, I don't want to pay higher property taxes. I don't want to pay taxes at all, but the taxes I got to pay, I want them to be very minimum. I don't want big government in my business. I don't need big government in my household. So no, I do not agree with their ideas, but Trump might have to come to realization that it's over. Trump's not going to concede. He has every right not to concede. You know what? I'm going to break this shit down in Pennsylvania. This is the real shady shit that I don't like with Pennsylvania or this calling of Pennsylvania. Just yesterday, the Supreme Court judge told them to set aside all the votes that came out after 8 p.m. election night. They arrived after 8 p.m. election night. Here we are the next day. They're calling it. It took them days. I seen that this was over at least 2 days ago. At least 2 fucking days ago, I seen Pennsylvania was Biden's. When he came back from a damn near 800,000 deficit, I knew it was Biden's. Especially when 80% of the mail-in ballots that they were counting last were for Biden. Everyone knew it. But for them to do this right after the Supreme Court judge makes his decision, I think is very shady, very shaky. I think they're going to have to answer for this. And I'm telling you, Biden supporters out there, do not do the conspiracy. As a Trump supporter, I'm not doing the conspiracy of fraud. Even though we've seen instances, small, but we've seen them, instances of fraud. I'm not going to do the conspiracy right now. I'm not going to. I'm not a Trump fanatic. I'm not a goddamn Republican. I support the guy, and I hope he makes some type of miracle happen. But I'm not going to do a conspiracy. I'm going to do the facts. The facts of the matter is there's a possibility in Pennsylvania that those votes that arrived after 8 p.m. election night may not count. And there's a possibility state by state that same thing may happen. Trump put in 3 Supreme Court justices. Now, you have to understand, they haven't agreed with Trump at all. Anything he's put in front of them, they have yet to side with him. Trump knew this was going to happen years ago. He started talking about this shit in 2018. He talked about this exact election and how fraud was going to be a thing. Bader Ginsburg, whatever her name is, when she passed, that's why they hurry up and put a conservative up in there. So he knew this was going to happen. He knew this was going to go down to the Supreme Court, which favors him. You might not think it does, but it does. And there are laws that favor him as well in this. You might not think there is, but there is. And this is where the lack of appreciation for government, this is where the shit comes down to. Hold on, I got a comment. Roman says Nevada still won. Yeah, Nevada won. They're going to be probably doing a recount, though, but Nevada did win, Roman. He also says, so either way, he would win. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Georgia, he's still winning. You still have votes to be counted. Georgia's already said they're going to do a recount, Roman. There's avenues. And you have to understand, our votes aren't the votes that usually that are usually siding with the electorals. Usually there's someone who concedes. We're in uncharted waters here. I know in my 31 years, I believe I voted. This is my fourth time. Fourth time voting in my life that I've been eligible to vote. It's my fourth time. I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen a candidate not concede. Maybe you older generations have. I have not. So to me, this is uncharted waters. But to sit here and act like Trump is over, it's not. The facts are the facts. The Electoral College does not vote until December. Usually they side with their the people that put them in office, us, usually. But it wouldn't shock me if they didn't. And it wouldn't shock me if Trump clouds this motherfucking election up to the point of where they have to vote independently. It just wouldn't shock me. Hi, just joined the live. Are you happy for Joe's win? No, Vibes River, I am not happy. I'm not taking it away from him. I'm not taking anything away from Dirty Joe. If the guy's going to be our 46, he's going to be our 46. We have to deal with it. We have to live with it. We still would have to talk to him to get things passed. I'm not the one that's going to sit here and tear someone down for 4 fucking years. I'm not those Democrats. I'm not those Republicans. To me, I want America to prosper. The same way I don't like that Biden might be president is the same way these Democrats did not like that Trump was president. You see what I'm saying? So to the point of where if you went to go talk to Trump, it didn't matter what race you were, blacks mainly though, but it didn't matter what race you were, that it was you were shunned for talking to the guy. I'm not going to sit here and promote that bullshit. If Biden is our president, we still got to get shit accomplished. Me as an anti-Biden guy, if I have to go to the White House to try to get something accomplished, I will. Because I still have my own agenda. My own agenda isn't his agenda. You feel what I'm saying? So no, I'm not going to sit here and hate Biden. I'm not going to sit here and hate him to the point of where, oh, if you talk to him, you're a sellout. No. You still have to go to the White House and get shit done. Doesn't matter who the fuck's in there. It doesn't matter. But Trump was my guy. And I'm going to give Trump a round of applause right now. You were my guy. Still are my guy. You know, I kind of hope you pull the rabbit out of the hat. I think you have something you're not telling Americans. I think you're not trying to show your hand. I think you do have a fight in this game, Trump. But it's a tough fight. It's an uphill fight. It's not going to be easy. And for you Republicans out there, for you diehard Republicans, diehard Trump supporters, if Biden is our president, you got to get over it. I don't want to see that fucking bullshit that we've seen with Trump. I don't want to see people fucking tear this country down to make a point on how much they hate a president. These last 4 years were bullshit. You guys know that. It wasn't all Trump's fault. A lot of that shit falls on the American people. You didn't give the guy a chance. So Republicans out there, you need to give Biden a chance if he is indeed going to be our next commander-in-chief. You have to give him a chance. If I can give him a chance and I don't really care too much for him, you can give him a chance. Am I curious? Am not from the U.S., but living here. Think they will be violence or problems cause of disappointment of Trump supporters? Yeah, there's going to be mad violence. This is America. We are the land of fuckery. We're the land of fucking division. If you subscribe to a party affiliation, you contribute to the division of America. It's simple. It's simple. I vote on a person's merit, on what they have accomplished or what they potentially can do for me. I am selfish. People know me. I'm a fucking selfish individual. It's all about Tosh TV. When I say I don't want to pay higher taxes, I don't want to pay anyone's taxes. I don't want to pay for inmates to be in prison. My tax money goes there. You feel what I'm saying? I'll even go a step fucking further. I don't want my tax money, and a lot of my friends are going to hate this, I don't want it going to the police force. I don't want to pay fucking taxes. I'm selfish. I'm selfish. But yes, party affiliations create division automatically. And then once you get your party affiliation and then you separate that with factions of Blue Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, KKK, not KKK, Antifa, you got all this other bullshit, then yes, violence will soon occur. It's going to happen. It has to happen. It's America. In any revolution, which you guys called this a revolution, I'm not saying this, you're saying this. Within any revolution in America, whenever you have someone ousted, the way Trump has been ousted, whenever you have someone come in, take control of an old system, of a person that was very popular, you're going to have resistance. Simple. And with that resistance, his followers will die for this. It's the same thing with Obama followers. People were willing to die over Obama, especially blacks. You couldn't talk bad about Obama. They were willing to kill you over Obama. If you think the same thing doesn't apply for Trump, you're crazy. So yes, I know we're gonna see violence, and I can't wait till fucking see it. How about that? How about that? I can't wait for people to lose their shit on both sides. On both sides. The process of elimination. Only the strong survive. That's how I see it. Yeah, I want to see fucking violence. Yeah. Turn up. Especially Vibes River, especially if Trump somehow goes to the Supreme Court and gets his fucking way with Michigan, with Wisconsin, with Nevada, with Pennsylvania, with Georgia. If Trump gets his way with those states, you're damn right there's going to be violence. You can't have a revolution without bloodshed. You just can't. It's impossible to have a revolution without bloodshed. But us as Americans, we have to get out of this fucking pussy aspect of life. And yes, we are in a pussy aspect. Anything offends us. Everything offends us. Everything fucking offends Americans now. I mean, we just literally dealt with 4 years of everyone being so fucking offended by President Trump and the way he walks, the way he talks, his orange skin, everything. We have to get out of that. We have to get out of being so fucking sensitive. Let's let these motherfuckers tear each other up. Roman says, what are the possibilities that Trump will catch up? Roman, I'm not a political scholar, but just from what I know with this electoral college and how he's gonna muddy this. He's gonna muddy this, and he's gonna push the electoral college's hand. I'm gonna give Trump a 30% chance of winning. 30%. That's the best I can do. It's kind of hard to go away from the people. These electorals are supposed to, I believe 26 states are supposed to go with what the popular vote was for their state. So it's pretty hard for them to go away from that. It's going to be hard. But do they have an alliance with Trump, and that's what he's confident in? It's possible. It's possible that they can think that this guy was the best thing since sliced bread. Salute to the black man that said that. That went viral. I thought that shit was hilarious. No, it's very possible, Roman. But I'm going to give him a 30% chance. Just because I don't think he's going to get his way in a lot of these lawsuits. I don't think he's going to get 100% of his way. I do think he's going to get Pennsylvania, I think he's going to get a lot of those votes tossed out. I really do. I think he's going to get a lot of those votes where the Republicans wasn't able to go in there and watch the tallies and all that. I think he's going to get his way with that. I do think he's going to get away with how Pennsylvania extended their voting process just because they didn't do it lawfully, if that kind of makes sense. The legislators didn't vote on this, didn't have nothing to do with this. This was kind of the governor's fuck up. So I do think Trump has a case there. Now, Michigan's the place that I'm looking at. I don't think Trump's going to win Wisconsin anyway. I mean, the recount, I don't see a lot of votes just popping up for Trump. They might. I mean, shit, they sure did for Biden. So they might. But I do think Michigan is a solid place that you have to look. Last night I was reading this article about the voting machines and how they were the software they were using was I guess had bugs all in it. It was fucked up. A lot of Trump votes, they say they have proof. They say a lot of Trump votes went to Biden. They said they found 6,000. And that's just in, I believe they said in Detroit, just in Detroit alone. And they said that the same software was used in 30 other states. If they can prove that 30 other states' software for voting on those machines were compromised, they got a shot. They got a goddamn shot. A big shot. A shot that's going to fucking tear America up. The real question is Trump willing to destroy America to get his way? Because that's what I think is really going to happen. And I don't really blame it all on him. I don't blame it on him. Let's say, for the case of fucking giggles here, let's say that there are a lot of fraudulent things out there. Let's say. I'm not saying there is, but let's say there is. Is Trump willing to expose that for his own personal gain and instead of the benefit of the country? Instead of the betterment of this nation? Is he willing to do that? Because we all know how this is going to happen. We all know once Trump, or if Trump does win this election and it comes down to courts and they're tossing ballots and recalculating shit, we all know shit's going to really pop off. Fuck the Trump supporters being mad. Everyone's going to be mad. Nations will be mad. This world will be mad. Is he willing to sacrifice all that? Is he really the Thanos that the meme I seen was? Is he Thanos? Is Trump Thanos out there? Or is he trying to destroy this country for a better start? Is it possible? I don't know. I don't know what he's feeling like. I do know he said he's not conceding. I do know he said for 2 nights in a row now, election night, and I believe last night or 2 nights ago, I do know he said he won. He declared victory before Biden. Does that play in court? I don't know. I don't know why he did that, but I do know he did declare a victory. Vibes River, assuming our goal was to have the least violence, would Trump staying in office be the way? No, there's going to be violence. Or is this revolution by way of fire? Yes, it's exactly what I just said. You need bloodshed to have a revolution. You need bloodshed. Bloodshed is bound to happen. Without bloodshed, it wasn't a fucking revolution. You see what I'm saying? So yes. Violence has to happen. Violence has to happen. If violence doesn't happen, this thing was a sham. All this shit, the president was chosen. Not elected, but selected. Do you feel what I'm saying? Vibes River, yes, he is. Yeah. I'm just saying. I think a lot of people are doing the dumb shit. I talked to my sister about politics, Tasia, and we were talking last night, and she was hoping. She said, if Biden wins and if he doesn't do something, do you think people will stay woke? And she was talking about black people. I know she was. We're black. And I was like, no. And you know that. People are only woke when they want to change. If that makes sense. People aren't woke because they're naturally woke. People are woke because it's self-serving to them. When something's self-serving to you, you're woke. You're woke as fuck. Oh my God, you're extremely woke. You see what I'm saying? People love woke people until woke people don't agree with them. It's kind of like Malcolm X. Malcolm X, I would say that Malcolm X was a woke individual. I would say Malcolm X was extremely woke. Too woke for the Nation of Islam. And when he became too woke, they got rid of his ass very fast. And you know what gets me with Black America? I'm black, so I gotta stay with Black America real quick. We love quoting Malcolm X when it's against Whitey, but when Malcolm X critiqued black people and black people, repost that shit on Facebook or social media, we're quick to call that black person a coon that reposted that. Do you see what I'm saying? The hypocrisy. Like I said, people are only woke for self-serving reasons. And I've noticed in black neighborhoods, urban neighborhoods. Let me say that because there's fucking Mexicans in these neighborhoods and there's whites in these in these neighborhoods. It's not just blacks. Urban neighborhoods. The weed makes people woke all the time. The weed makes people woke in these urban neighborhoods. People swear that Trump, when they're high on weed, swear Trump's the Antichrist. People swear Obama was the Antichrist, blazed out. But in the urban neighborhood, I've noticed the more alcohol, the more drugs, whatever drug is your drug, the more drugs in urban neighborhoods, people are so fucking woke. But when you ask them why they do what they do, they get defensive. The only person that gets defensive is the person who A, doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about, or B, is guilty of something. And for the most part, people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. When people would question me why I was voting for Trump, I would give them a reason, and they would get mad. They would get defensive because they couldn't understand my reason. As a black man, I can't understand how you would vote for this racist white man. But yet, I'm going to vote for a racist white man. And I'll give you no reason on why. Nah, people are only woke if it's self-serving. You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? Oh, King Von. I didn't know too much about this rapper. I'm going to switch up. I'm going to go back to politics in a little bit, but I'm going to switch up. I'm not going to spend too much time on King Von. He was gunned down in Atlanta, Georgia. Young guy. What was he, 25? If you guys want to call in about King Von, if you want to call in about this debate I'm having with myself, call in at 785-289-8295. But King Von got gunned down. There was a video I seen on Vlad TV. There was a fight, and he got popped. He got popped. I mean, the person who popped him also got popped, it looked like. But yeah, another young black life lost from ignorance. Vibes Rivers, I understand you. Thank you. Thank you. Salute to you. Salute. Yeah. Yeah. How much of the black agenda do you think Biden and Harris will take up? Vibes River, you're not from America. What do you think, or how much of the black American agenda do you think that these two candidates, Biden and Harris, or these president, vice president elect as of right now, let me reframe that. How much of the black agenda do you think that they'll get done? And Vibes Rivers, if you would, could you tell me where you're from? That'd be nice to know. I honestly don't see too much of a black agenda getting done. I think black people vote off party lines. Black people are worse than white people when it comes to voting. We're worse. We have no separation in thought. We're made to think alike. We're treated to think alike. That's the big fucking problem. When you get to the Democratic Party, first, let me go to the Republican Party and how they treat blacks. Republican Party, I'm not going to act like these motherfuckers treat blacks any goddamn better. I think President Trump did. I think he tried to get some shit done. He got some shit done for black Americans. But the reason why I believe Republicans don't try to do anything is because we don't support Republicans. The reason why Democrats don't do anything is because we give them all our support. Even if they got the majority, we give them the majority of the support. So we're kind of fucked. Any party that Black Americans brings issue to, they're not gonna take them serious because you didn't either support me or you support me too fucking much. Democrats are spoiled. Black Americans spoil them, and I would hope all these woke blacks, all these woke Mexicans, I would hope that if they do not get prioritized by this administration, the Biden-Harris administration, if they're not prioritized, I would hope that their support would leave that administration. I would hope that they're still woke, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I mean, they've told us themselves we're monolithic in the way we think, blacks. They told us. Vibes River says, I don't think they could care either way for us. I'm from Kenya, East Africa. Ooh, you're from Kenya. Dope. Hey, I'll agree with you. You know what, Vibes, since you're from Kenya, I'm going to sit here and say right now, they'll put Kenyan lives before Black American lives. I'll say that. I'll think you'll be more of a priority before me. I will say that. You know, Africans come over here and they use the system. They know how to use the system. I don't know if this is a thing against them. I'm not really trying to knock them for understanding the system and using it to their benefit. But Africans come to America and they know how to maneuver. Is it because they're educated over there? Is it because they're educated over here and they understand? Or are Black Americans just lazy? Are Black Americans just not wanting to understand? You know, I didn't really dabble into politics until I got 18. And the only reason why I voted was because my Aunt Rose would make us, you know, get into politics, make us dabble in the news. Like that was her thing. Hold on, I got a call real quick. Yo, what's up? You're on Tosh TV. How you doing?
Hi, Tosh TV. This is Vibes River. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I was just on YouTube and I came across your stream. You look like you got some good content.
Oh, thank you, bud. Thank you. So you're from Kenya.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Yes, I am.
You're here in America right now, right?
Yes, I am.
Was it an easy transfer for you to come to America, to adjust, to prosper? Are you prospering?
I'm definitely prospering. Yes, I'm definitely prospering. The adjustment was easy for me.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, it's not. This is how I put it. If you live in Washington and you moved over to Florida, would you say there was a big adjustment, or was it like difficult for you to transition?
Well, I actually had migrated, I guess, from Kansas to Arizona, where I'm at now. I would say it was tough at the beginning, but I had to get I had to rearrange my thinking. When I left Kansas, I was more on a knucklehead term on the way I thought. It was a very one-track mind. I guess you could say I was even very liberal in my thinking back then. But when I opened my eyes up and I seen both sides, I've seen different people, it actually helped me change for the better. It enlightened me.
That's very interesting. The way you speak, it sounds in your support for Trump, you seem to be, I'm guessing, Republican.
No, I'm independent vote. I think political parties separate. I don't want division. I do think Trump. I think Trump has tried to unite America. I don't think he knows how. You got to remember, these politicians, you know, they go to school for this stuff. They know what to say. Even if they really don't care, they know what to say. I don't think he knows how to unite. You know, he's a billionaire. He's selfish.
But I like the point you made earlier that we are all selfish. Like the reason I vote for him is because he's doing what's best for me. If I was somebody else and he's not doing what's best for me, I wouldn't vote for him.
Exactly. It's simple. It's simple. But as a black man in America, as a black American, we don't think like that together. You know what I mean? Like I'm more of an individual thinker. most of your Black Americans,
Mm-hmm.
they think as groups. They think as a, we all have to do this or it's not right type of thing. To me, it's like, fuck all that. The way you think ain't how I think, and what you got ain't what I got. You know?
Yeah, but I'm also willing to take a shot in the dark. I'm willing to say that you've at least picked up one book in the last 3 months, given how many Black Americans, and you're laughing, but there's something interesting.
Yeah.
Given so I came to the USA last year, right? I'm a Black person, so I predominantly hang around Black people here. I hang around white people, but that's a whole different thing.
Mhm.
When I speak to fellow Black people here,
Mhm.
when it comes to reading and education and wanting to inform yourself, it is not very cool to want to inform yourself and pick up books. Hence why I'm saying, even for you to be an independent thinker, you have to be wanting to get knowledge of your own. That's not something that I see culturally in the Black community in America, from where I've been at the very least.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's really what it is, and you are correct. I have. But here's a question for you. And I did a show about damn near a year ago about reparations for Black Americans. I actually
Mm-hmm.
said that I felt like Western African countries who helped in the slave
Mm-hmm.
trade should also help
Mm-hmm.
to rebuild Black America. What say you about that?
Okay. Um, Interesting. This is this is the question that is usually when I'm back home in my country
Mhm.
and we look at Black Americans,
Mhm.
we have two trains of thought. The first train of thought that we usually have is one, we compare you to where we are.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kenya is where an up and coming country, but right now we're still a third world country. All right. There's still parts of my country that don't have electricity. There's still places that proper latrines still haven't been functioned. There are areas like that. There are also areas that are super developed. Like you wouldn't even notice the difference between New York and the capital city of my country.
Oh,
It's
nice.
totally the same thing. Yeah. So first thing we do is that we compare ourselves to you. So, like for example, like we don't understand why as Black people on this side, for one, why you guys aren't extremely wealthy.
Mhm.
That's usually the first thing. You made a statement. You said that when Africans come here or other people, we come and we use the system,
Yeah.
which I completely agree. And anyone who is a foreigner, we come here, we get rich, and then we leave,
Mhm.
or we get rich and then we, either we get married or we get citizenship. But the goal is for money and for wealth and acquiring. So the
Yes.
first thing that we usually wonder is, you guys have been here for 100 years. Let's just say 100 years, right? As a Black community of freedom. So for the past 100 years, you guys should have at the very least gotten your finances in order. That's something I don't
Exactly.
see here. I don't see a lot of Black people owning businesses, owning property. I see people working, but you guys aren't in ownership. You guys aren't in power. That's something I don't personally see.
Exactly. And like I said, when I moved from Kansas here to Arizona, I started seeing ownership. I started understanding
Mm-hmm.
the what ownership means in life. Like me, I own my
Mm-hmm.
vehicles, I own my home. You know what I mean? Like, to me, things change for me. Like you kind of said, when I started reading, really, when I started getting an understanding on how life is supposed to be. You know what I mean? I shouldn't be this deprived, but I felt like I was more.
Correct.
I felt like I was more deprived on my own doing. You know what I mean?
You know what, you probably are, and but that brings up when you have to begin to describe and discern who you are on your own. Because, like, for example, you exist as an individual, you on your own, right? But do you know that you also exist as an individual, as a Black community, and as your family?
Yes.
Your family, for example, if they were in positions of power and in positions of ownership, let's assume that your family had owned a couple of pieces of land, all right?
Mhm.
When they pass away, they pass it on to you. You go ahead and you add on to it, so you pass it on to your children. By the fifth generation,
Mhm.
you have a family that is worth a couple million, and that's
Yeah.
how massive amounts of money actually become. Like, I once had a joke be said that, for example, the difference between Shaq is rich, but Shaq isn't wealthy. The
Yeah.
person who signs Shaq check, that is a wealthy person. That's the difference between wealth and riches.
Yes.
Wealth is generational. It's what you pass on to the next generation. And a lot of Black people and a lot of Black people here, even in this community, I'm going to say this is an American thing. In my country, we have the culture of passing on things. Like, you're seen as a failure especially as a man, if you don't pass something onto your family, like as a generation. So like my
Exactly.
father, like my family, they passed on farms onto me, all right, and I'm gonna pass it on. If I have kids, I have to add onto it and pass it on onto them. In America, especially in the black community, you have the mindset of even when you acquire something, even when it's large, even when it's massive amounts of wealth, it's spending on you and here. I don't really hear people say, hey, let me set up a hedge fund or a trust fund for my kids for the next 10 years. People are doing that in my country. There, and believe you me, there are black people who have trust funds. The rich people, the rich black people in my country, they set up trust funds for their kids and the whole thing. There are families that own, just like the same way in America, there's 1% that owns 99% of the wealth. In my country, they steal that 1% that owns 99% because they've set themselves up that way, generational wealth.
Oh yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna go back to the politics. I'm gonna wrap it up. Thanks for the call, Vibes. I really appreciate it.
Sure. I really like your channel. Keep it up. I subscribe, so I'll be checking you out soon.
All right, thank you. Take it easy.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. Bye bye. All right, that was Vibes. That was Vibes, a new caller to the show. Salute to you, Vibes. Great conversation, and I agree with him. You have to want to. You have to want to know to be better, type of thing. You know, you have to look into different things. You have to read, not just follow what you see. This is not a monkey do, monkey, monkey see, monkey do situation. No, you have to read. You have to explore. Open your mind. Don't let it be clouded with just the perception of a stereotype or perception of we all must do this. No, open your fucking mind. Own something. Hedge funds, great. That was great for him to even bring that up. The black community, we're so mentally behind that once we see someone who might be advanced, we get jealous. We push him away. We outcast him. You know how many people literally deleted me on Facebook when they found out my support for Donald Trump? Didn't ask why. They just ousted. They couldn't understand me right then and there. They ousted me. I have no problem with that. To me, if you ain't about money or help making money or ownership, then get the fuck from around me. If my views scare you off, then fuck you. It's simple. But that was a great conversation, Vibes. I appreciate your call. Roman, so does Lil Pimp support Trump? Yeah, Roman. He said he's going out of the country, from what he says. All right, everyone. As of right now, this is where things lay. Trump's not conceding. Biden, Kamala Harris, president, vice president elect. This is where it stays for right now. If anything breaks, I will be back on this motherfucker. In the meantime, I hope you guys have been entertained. It was a great show. You guys take it easy. Peace out.